SPCA here in Wellington, and it's the perfect place to talk about animal welfare. And this is Nick, who's been working for the organisation for 10 years. Nick, tell us about your job.
So my job's pretty exciting. I work a lot with animals and really happy to see when those animals get fantastic new homes and we get fantastic outcomes for them. But also working a lot with people as well, and working to really change how we look after animals in the community and what we can actually achieve.
And there's some legislation around that, the Animal Welfare Act. How does that impact on what the SPCA does?
So the SPCA is actually the only approved organisation under the Animal Welfare Act, and that gives a number of powers to the SPCA. That powers, it sounds like magical powers, but powers in terms of abilities to do things, especially for our team of inspectors who are appointed under the Animal Welfare Act, and they can actually go and take people's animals if they're not being looked after properly. So if there's a breach of the Animal Welfare Act, our inspectors can investigate, they can even remove the animals, they can even investigate and help prosecute people who have breached the Animal Welfare Act, which is really exciting. You could call them the animal police.
Indeed. And you talk about breaches. What do you mean?
So it's often a way just on how the animals are cared for. So all animals need to have their needs met, especially the behavioural needs, but also making sure they've got enough food and water, but also looking at things like shelter and also exercise. So sometimes people aren't caring for the animals properly, and so the SPCA may need to step in and help with that. We can help through working with that individual family and working to improve the welfare of that specific animal, or actually go down the prosecution path if we need to. At the same time, we also work with people to make sure that they're happy with how they are living with their animals and finding new animals homes as well. Sometimes, unfortunately though, there are times when people do abuse animals. So that's really rough when our team deal with that, but unfortunately it does happen in the community.
And why is it something that's important for school students?
So from our perspective in terms of the SPCA and how the animals are being cared for in the community, we're really keen to improve the welfare lives of all the animals in the community. The kids in this case are going to be the next generation who are going to be the ones that are caring for the animals and the ones looking out for the care of the animals in the future. There's also an absolute correlation between how people treat animals and how people treat each other. So several studies have shown the link between violence towards animals and the links between violence and people. So by encouraging kids and teaching them animal empathy and teaching them about the principles of animal welfare, you can actually see an improvement in terms of how kids are in society as well. From our point of view, sometimes you forget that it's the prevention of cruelty, so rather, while it's just exciting when we do get to save an animal or rescue an animal, it's also important that we are changing things in the future. And by grabbing the kids' hearts and minds and really making society change is really one of the ways that we all need to do this together.
Great, thanks Nick.